Hi guys, it is Usernamekate and thank you for tuning in. Now today I have right here Suzuki's brand new sports tourer for 2022. It is the Suzuki GSXS1000GT. Now before we do go any further with the video, I just want to let you guys know, if you're new to my channel, this is purely a walk around video on this bike. So I'll be discussing the specifications of the bike, the seat height, the weight, how it feels to push around, pannier operation, little things like that. If you're expecting me to ride it, you won't see that in this video. But if that's what you're interested in, stay tuned because the riding videos and first impressions will come. So a little bit of history about the Suzuki GSXS1000GT. Just want to rewind a little bit into Suzuki's model history. So from 2015 to 2021, Suzuki had a GSXS1000 and it looked an awful lot like this. Insert picture here. Now running alongside that 1000cc naked bike, they had the GSXS1000F, again insert picture here. So this bike was basically a GSXS1000, but it had a bit more fairing, it had a bit more weather protection. And in 2021, last year, Suzuki relaunched the GSXS1000S with a completely angular facelift, and the new model looked like this. Now I have some videos on this bike, so I will link them up above if you haven't seen them and you want to check them out. They are riding videos. So naturally, people had the assumption that after the GSXS1000S kind of got a facelift and was more angular, was there going to be an upgrade in the pipeline for the GSXS1000F? Now, lo and behold, here is Suzuki's effort of a rebrand of the F. However, this is the GT and it comes with a lot more stuff than the F did. Its touring capabilities have just been levelled up big time. You can get panniers for this thing that are integrated nicely into the actual bike. It's got some very new features, like some awesome electronics. You've got cruise control, you have a new TFT dash, you have the quick shifter and auto blipper as standard now. So they've come a long way and they've done a lot to this bike. So without further ado, let me talk you guys through the specs. Okie dokie, so first off, here she is in the beautiful metallic Triton blue. Now this is the colour that I kind of associate with Suzuki's straight off the bat. I see this coming down the road. I know it's a Suzuki. So you do have some other colour options available. You have the metallic reflective blue. And you have the glass sparkle black. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite colour option of those is. To be quite honest, I'm kind of torn between the black and this metallic Triton blue, which I just think looks absolutely stunning. Now the price of this bike, according to Suzuki's website, it's showing on there as £11,799. Now it has to be noted that this bike does not come with these panniers. These are an optional extra. So if you do order one of these bikes, it won't come like this as standard. So before I go any further, I'm just going to whip the panniers off just so that you can see what it is that you're getting as standard. Okay, so you bob the key in here, it says lock and unlock. You turn the key so that it's pointing to unlock. This will allow this handle to lift. When it's in lock, it's locked shut. Then you have a slider here that says unlock and lock. So if you put it to the unlock, then you can just so again, easy peasy, lift up and off. And then we've got a naked booty. Now guys, simmer down, it's not that kind of show. Okay, so with the panniers off, we're going to do a little bit of a walk round, just while I talk about the beast. So as expected, it does have the same engine that is in the GSXS1000S. You've got 150 horses and you've got 106 Newton meters of torque. Now if we have a look at the brakes, you've got the twin discs, 310mm, and then you've got the Brembo monoblock radial mounted 4-pot calipers. And then if we have a look round to the rear, you've got a 240 single disc with a Nissan caliper. So Brembo on the front, Nissan on the back. So moving on to the suspension at the front, you've got KYB fully adjustable inverted forks, or upside down forks as I commonly refer to them as, 43mm, and that full adjustment is quite a nice touch. And then at the back you've got the monoshock rear. Okay, moving on to the gadgets and wizardry of this bike. Amazing, Suzuki's first TFT dash, 6.5 inch Suzuki, I am proud. Obviously I rode here today and the dash is lovely. To me it doesn't really mimic the old sort of LCD dashes that they had, because they predominantly had kind of the gear indicator in the middle and then the revs here, and then usually sort of the speedo up here. But I really like this display. The revs are clear, your fuel's clear as day. Miles an hour is dead big so you can see it. Gear indicator tells you exactly what gear you're in. Then you've got your modes here. So you've got A. Let's have a mess around. You can have it in B or C. So with anything, C is kind of a bit like a comfort mode really. You've kind of got a bit more of a softer, gentle throttle. It's not going to rip your arms off. Probably very good for riding in the rain or riding, you know, when you've got a pillion and you don't want them to keep headbutting you every 2 seconds. You go up, you got B. That's more your normal street mode or road mode as it goes. You've just got a normal throttle response. And then if you go to A, that is the sharp, crisp throttle response. Gonna wake you up kind of mode, which we love. Okay, so we'll leave it in A, we press the OK button, which is just there, and then it moves to traction control. So you do have 5 levels of traction control. Number 1 is the least intrusive, so if you want it to spin up, it's going to be spinning, but it has got you back a little bit, a tiny bit. Obviously, if it's chucking it down with rain, I'd want it in 5. And then if you're an absolute psychopath, you can switch it off completely. So I'm just going to leave it in setting number 2 and press OK. And then you've got quick shifter on, or you can have it off. Who in the right mind would have it off? I have no idea, because it is a bi-directional quick shifter, so it goes up and down the gearbox without clutch. And I tell you what, it is silky smooth. It is so good. It's just like riding the GSXS again. And I raved about it when I took that out. Other cool things this bike has, you've got a ride-by-wire throttle. You've got your cruise control here. You can set your cruise control using these buttons. The bike has an easy start, so literally you just touch it. None of this thinking about it, taking a while to wake up and then firing. One little tap of the button and it's fired up. And then something that I also really like about the Suzukis is a lot of them come with the low rev assist or low RPM assist. It just really helps you to not stall. Basically, you can let the revs drop really low and it's going to help you out massively. Tank size. So we've got a Sports Tourer here, but how much fuel can we hold? 19 litres, which I think that's pretty decent amount. I'm looking forward to putting this to the test to see how many miles I can get out of this tank. Okay guys, so just for your reference, as usual, I normally tell you guys that I'm 5'4", but the most important figure here is that my inside leg length is 29 inches. This seat height is 810mm, so not too bad at all for me. And the seat itself, I wouldn't say it's particularly skinny, but I wouldn't also say it's particularly wide. It just looks like a normal seat. So I'm going to sit on it now, throw my leg over, lift it up. As I normally go through, both feet on the floor. I'm on my sort of, not quite tiptoes, but not fully flat balls of the feet, kind of in between. But that's if I want to get 2 feet down on the floor, which I don't normally do, to tell you the truth. So here, with a single foot down, as you can see, I've pretty much got a flat foot. So when I pull up at lights and I put a foot down, it does confidently touch the floor, which is quite nice. Same if I'm putting the other foot down, I just shift my weight over a little bit, just scooch the bum over slightly, and yeah, I can flat foot it, which is quite confidence inspiring, to be honest. So one of the things to note about this bike is it is 226 kilograms. So even though that might sound like quite a high figure, compared to its competitor, the Kawasaki Z1000SX, it is actually 10 kilograms lighter. So moving on to the actual ergonomics of the bike and the riding position. So just to sit on this bike, the way the pegs are positioned, I would say that it angles more on the sporty riding position over the touring riding position, especially if the balls of my feet are on the peg, which is how I normally ride. There is quite a sharp bend in the knee, so it does feel a little bit more sporty. Now, how that will feel over a long ride, only time will tell, and I'll be able to report that back to you when I actually do my initial impressions. Okay, so the riding position to sit on. So I really like this whole setup. Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the BMW R1250 RS setup. Obviously, you know, I know BMW's like the back of my hand, so I kind of can see that in this bike. You've got the chassis mounted mirrors, which I'll tell you are great for lack of vibration. You have a non-adjustable screen here. Now there is an accessory that you can get for it which raises it by 70mm, but as it stands that kind of just is what it is. Here you've got a USB socket, you've got plenty of mounting room on these bars for, you know, any kind of sort of phone or anything like that. But with this TFT, you can now connect it to your phone via a Suzuki app. You can get maps on there, you can play music, you can take calls. It is quite cool, and I'm looking forward to, on my initial ride, actually using that map and showing you guys what that looks like. Clutch doesn't feel like the lightest thing on the earth to pull in. However, you shouldn't have to use it all that much with that quick shifter and auto blipper because it is so smooth. Slight adjustment on the brake. But yeah, overall, a really nice setup. Okay, so I haven't really shown you this bike much from the front, my apologies. So this is what it looks like. It's a very different visual direction that Suzuki have gone in here. I quite like it. It's a little bit transformery, almost a little bit R1-esque. Especially with that single light as well, which when you put the ignition on looks like that. Then you've obviously got these lovely sort of LED lights here, and then you've got your indicators just in a nice inoffensive place. If we pan round to the back, now it is a bit of a chunky rear, very different from what's on the GSXS1000S. Just looks a bit more reinforced. You've got this subframe here. It just looks like it's designed to take a bit more weight. You've got a thicker seat. You've obviously got these rails, which again are part of the pannier kit. The light, again, very similar to the GSXS. You've got the little dots. Grab rails are standard. Again, a very angular tank, just like on the GSXS1000S. Right guys, I'm just going to show you what it looks like for a absolute weakling to push around this bike in all its 226 kilogram entirety. It does feel rather heavy, but then you have to consider that it is lighter than its competitor. So guys, as you're probably well aware, and I'm not going to teach you to suck eggs, when you're considering buying a new bike, one of the crucial things that you have to consider is the cost of insurance. Can you afford it? Can you justify it? How much is it going to be? So I got in touch with the guys and girls at BikeShare and asked for a quote on the Suzuki GSXS1000GT. Now this quote is based on a fully comprehensive quote for the year, based on me being a 30-year-old female residing in Bolton, and they came back to me with a price of £503. So in this price, I would also get £100,000 worth of legal cover in the event that I should need it. So if you're in the market for insurance and you are looking for a quote, why not give BikeShare a try? You can secure the best prices from BikeShare if you give them a call directly and speak with somebody on the other end of the phone. They'll try the hardest to sort you a good deal if you mention Usernamekate. Some people have told me that that does help them get a little bit of discount, which is always nice to hear. I don't personally benefit if somebody takes out an insurance policy with BikeShare. Like, I'm not on a referral or anything like that, but it does make me feel nice and warm and fuzzy inside when you guys get discounts from quoting Usernamekate. So yes, if you guys are in the market for insurance, look in the description below. The website will be on there, the contact number will be on there, the best number to call to really get that price down. And on a final note, I'd just like to say thank you so much BikeShare for insuring my vehicles and for sponsoring this YouTube channel. I wouldn't be able to do this full time without them guys, so it means a lot. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. As mentioned, walk around video, there is going to be plenty riding vlogs. I'm putting out 2 videos a week now, Thursdays 7 PM, Sundays 5 PM. So yeah, there's plenty of videos to go around. So if walk arounds aren't your thing, no dramas, we've got riding vlogs to come. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It really helps me out personally, it helps my channel grow, and for that I'm super grateful. Thank you so much guys for watching this walk around video on the Suzuki GSXS1000GT. All in all, from first impressions, walking around it, looking at the build quality, looking at the technology, I'm quite impressed with it. I think Suzuki have finally stepped up to the mark with that TFT dash. Long time overdue, but I'm happy that it's here. And yeah, can't wait to give it a proper ride, put loads of miles on it, and let you guys know what I think. So until the next time guys, take care, stay safe, look after each other. Auf Wiedersehen. Please don't come here with all your noise. Please go away. Right guys, I apologise in advance if I have a bright red nose that's shining like a bloody Belisha beacon. It is freezing today, it's so cold, and yeah, Rudolph Ralph was my nickname in high school, so go figure. Can't find it, grind it. But most importantly, I have an inside leg length of 29 inches. Yes, I know, I'm all leg. I make myself cringe.